What's the motherfucking deal? All the friends in the den, I hope you're doing well this evening. Welcome to the den, man. If you're not familiar with the den is a conversation, a community where we can discuss plenty of things, whatever's on your mind, whatever floats your boat. You know, there's a lot to talk about. And we're just going to kind of get right into it. Now we're going to talk about when does humor become harmful? Because, again, we talk about this kind of often. We live in this day and age where everybody says you shouldn't make jokes about certain things. Everybody says you shouldn't discuss certain topics. And I always say, like, I feel that comedy is the last place that free speech still reigns. But I mean, slowly but surely that's deteriorating. But before we get all the way into that, like I say, we got a couple of things we got to handle. One of those is make sure you're following the den on all the proper socials, on the gram, the Twitters, the book for the old folks, all Den Show Live. You're currently watching on YouTube, so you know how to get here. But again, like I said, it's been a day or so. I didn't do one last night, and you know, it is what it is. Just been working on some things in the background. Got plenty more to get going. But let's see what friends in the den are joining us this evening, and then let's get into the conversation, man. So I see Dr. Rabbit with the Elton John. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Jared Key, Beyond a Funny Nigga, Unbeaten Sports, what's the motherfucking deal? Debo, Baker Man, what's the motherfucking deal? And so you say humor becomes harmful when the shit becomes bullying or degrading. So even then, how do you handle that? Do you not attack back with humor? You know? Or should you get physical if someone is applying a little bit too much pressure for you? You know, but again, I can understand, you know, consistent, overwhelming, directed, targeted, humor. What'd you say there? Osweiler? Rising Osweiler? What's up, Phoenix? What's the motherfucking deal? But again, so, you know, there's a lot of things you can look at when it comes to humor. Now, I think bullying is a different conversation, and I'm looking at humor in the sense of stand-up, sitcoms, you know, just even, I guess you could say, little joke cracking sessions between friends and all that other shit. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. You know, not necessarily in an attack mode, but you know, that's how I mean when I say humor. You know, just cracking jokes. Again, like I say, not necessarily. And I guess not an attack. I mean, that's the perfect way to put it. So what I want to talk about, like I say, we're just looking at different things, and then I kind of want to get into something. But before we get into the full conversation, I was just thinking back, you know, over the last few incidents. You know, we talked about the Louis C.K. situation. You know, you looked at the you say Andre Wade is in another Super Bowl. He must be hiding. Man, Wade is doing what he doing, man. You know, I'm sure Wink around somewhere. What's the motherfucking deal, Jeremiah? But again, you say you do stand up. People can't take it on their social media. Is everyone sensitive? Man, when you do stand up, man, next time you got to show us something going, give me a heads up, man. I'll come out and try to check you out. But again, you know, my deal is where is it becoming pressure? Where is it becoming an attack? And so, like I said, I was looking at the Cat Williams situation from a while back, though. And didn't Cat end up being right damn near about that? Like, low key, didn't Cat win? Because old gal who was at the radio station, she ended up getting fired. I just found that out like a day or two ago. She ended up getting fired and replaced. The dude, he's still there. Tiffany Haddish started off the year on a bad note. She just bombing in Miami. She was fucked up. I saw that little shit. She was fucked up off the rip. Like if you were going there, so you should have probably got a refund. If you followed her on social media or whatever, you were going to that show, you should have probably got a refund when you saw her Instagram stories and posts that morning. That bitch was wasted. Talk about she didn't go to sleep till 7 o'clock. She was partying all night and then was still going to continue partying. Like, you should have knew it was going to be a bad situation. I'd ask for my money back. She didn't even remember the name of the venue she was supposed to be at. Dominic, 335. What's the motherfucking deal? So, again, you know, very, very bad deal for her. And again, you know, he had already said that, he had already said about, you know, the her not being a great stand-up comedian. I didn't know that bitch was that old. I didn't know she was damn near 40 years old. I thought she was younger than that, but it is what it is. And then Kevin Hart, he did not want to be an ally to the gays, and they were not happy about that, and so they tried to undermine him in the whole Oscar situation. So that is okay. Bet. I'm gonna check that out. Let me just make sure I jot that down because I'll be forgetting shit. Hold on 1 second. And say Station Theater. Okay, bet. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. But again, so kind of all the people who were involved in that situation. What happened to Cat? I don't think he really took any bad blowback from that situation. I think that he was right about that. But getting into it, we were talking about it, and what else had me thinking about this was we briefly mentioned the other day when we were talking about the two specific groups that you're not allowed to joke about. Anthony, what's the motherfucking deal? The groups we were talking about that you can't speak on. We were talking about gays, and we were talking about the Jewish people that you're not allowed to crack jokes or say anything. Otherwise, you are anti-Semitic or you're homophobic or whatever they want to call that shit. Again, it's not the case. It's just whatever it is. But again, and I was saying this because Family Guy. And again, I know a lot of people still, I haven't watched Family Guy in years. Again, I haven't watched a lot of shit consistently in years, so it is what it is. But that was something I kind of stopped watching before I really, really cut a lot of other shit off. Because it just lost the appeal to me. It only had like a brief appeal for me anyway. But, they came out publicly and said that we're not going to crack jokes about gays anymore. And so I looked at this and I was just thinking, well, if you're going to isolate a specific group, why aren't you banning the jokes on everybody? Because you make fun of the Jewish people, because you used to have the Norman, whatever his fucking name is, the little fucking pharmacy owner. You constantly got black jokes. You constantly got Mexican jokes. You got jokes about every other thing. So if it's okay to joke about races, why is it not okay to joke about sexual orientation, right? They say that's something that you can't choose. You definitely can't choose your race when you're born. So why is it not okay to joke about sexual orientation? Why is it not okay to do that? Who was it, the greased up deaf guy was gay or something like that? One of them dudes that were never gay. I think they had a couple of gay characters. But my thing is, shit, even Stewie was like gay half the time. You know what I'm saying? They said joke about it would be sexually transmitted because anybody can get it. That's funny. The thing about it is, so why is it okay to isolate or make one group sovereign and say, okay, hey, well, we can't speak on these people because, I don't even know what the reason why was, especially if, in my opinion, when you were cracking jokes on them, they had way less rights than they do now. I think it's becoming generally more acceptable in society now than it used to be. You used to not see nothing gay. The gay character was always the joke. He was always the one they would clown in the old movies. They call him a sissy or something feminine or, whatever else it would be. But now that it's more acceptable, more mainstream, why stop joking about it now? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, again, all this pussyfoot and all this soft shit. I think if you're going to make fun of one group, you should be able to make fun of everybody. You said in South Park, except Family Guy went liberal. Yeah, I saw that whole, like I said, we talked about that whole Donald Trump episode. And again, it is what it is. People are entitled to do what they want to. But I'm sure they lost some support. Like I said, I stopped watching Family Guy a long time ago, and that shit just happened to come on. I'm fucking with Bob's Burgers. That's my shit. I gave you power. What's the motherfucking deal, man up? And say, didn't South Park get criticized? I don't remember what happened with South Park's always getting criticized, but South Park generally never backs down, and they always push the bar. And I fuck with South Park. Like, now that's a show that I've missed some seasons of that I want to go back and actually catch. A lot of shit I could really do without. I think I got a couple of seasons of Bob's I need to catch back up on, and then a couple of seasons of South Park that I need to catch up on. I think the last I watched was the Member Berries, and I don't think I watched that whole season. So, and my thing is, you say, yeah, exactly. It's okay to make fun of religion. It's okay to make fun of anything else, but we can't say nothing about gay people. That's bad. And I'm not telling you go out there and just make fun of gay people for the sake of being gay. That's not what I'm telling you. If a motherfucking gay person come out, they dress crazy just like any other nigga, just like James Harden be dressing crazy, or PJ Tucker be dressing crazy, or any of these athletes be out there dressing strange and looking all kind of fucked up. Look, a lot of gay folks be into the fashion shit, and they be looking throwed off. So it's not okay to make fun of them for that or anything else. Again, so my deal is it's crazy. It really is crazy. I think, if you want equality, I think that equals equal capping. You know what I mean? Is comedy dead due to the liberal media? I think it's slowly getting killed off. Slowly they're trying to work their way. That Simpsons movie, that was a long time ago. They're slowly trying to infiltrate. And my thing is, if you know a particular person's style of comedy, then why go to their fucking show just so you can get pissed off? I think when you go to a comedy show, you are, I'm not just going to say making yourself a target, because you're going for enjoyment. You're going for, to have a good time and to laugh. But you can't be mad if you end up being capped on. I want to say, who was that guy? I always forget his fucking name. Used to be the fucking, I want to say used to be the host on Comic View. He came to Houston about a year or two back. I went and seen it. And, and that was super funny because he was talking about, hey, everybody loves the show until you the one getting capped on. It's always funny when you cap it on this nigga, that, or I start making a fat joke or this or that, people start getting offended. You know what I'm saying? People start getting offended by that type of stuff, and they get mad. Then they want to start getting up and leave. They want to start say nobody have their own mind to think. Again, that's what they want. They don't want anybody to think. They don't want anybody to use their brain cells and be independent. They want this whole group think, this whole group project. Look, we'll do the thinking. You just put your name on the project and go along with it. That's what they want out of society now. And I find that very unfortunate, man. And the thing that I find really unfortunate is the number of people that are okay and just go along with the shit. Like, they are just fine with it, and they don't see no issue with it. Again, because it's going to impact all segments of society. What the fuck am I looking for again? But again, it's going to impact all segments of society, and then eventually people will get upset when it affects something that they like. Yeah, it's always because, yeah, exactly. It's always funny because it's not me. But when it starts happening to them, then it's like, oh, it's always easy to laugh at the other motherfucker. But when the tables start getting turned, look, shit, you better be able to laugh at yourself, because that's right, here we go. And that's why I say that's the first thing I learned. I do laugh at my motherfucking self. Like, shit. Personally, I probably cap on myself more than anybody. So it ain't nothing I ain't never heard or never said or probably done and laughed about. I was doing some goofy shit earlier. I was washing my face and the fucking shit I was using, some of that, I was using my old lady shit. She got some of that Aveeno shit. So I was washing my face with the shit. But she got some fucking lotion that looked exactly the same. So I, washed my shit up. I had rinsed it off, and then I was gonna go again, and I didn't realize I got the Aveeno. It was like over by the bathtub, so I squirted it. I didn't bring it to the counter with me, and on the counter, before I tell that part, like I said, I was washing my face, whatever, rinse it off. Like I said, I was giving it a second go around, so I started pumping the shit and washing my face again. She just so happened to come in, and she's like, "What is you doing?" I'm like, "Shit, what the fuck you think I'm doing? I'm washing my face." She's like, "Oh yeah." With that lotion, that's how you washing your face? Because it's got the fucking Aveeno lotion look the same as the goddamn bottle, because, it be having a little colored bar, so I ain't even pay no attention. I'm over there calling myself, washing my face, and I'm just rubbing lotion all over my shit. I'm sitting there wondering why the shit ain't soaping up. I'm like, God damn, Honcho, you fuck it up, nigga. I'm tripping, so I had to wash that shit off and do it all over again. But, again, you got to learn to laugh at yourself for the stupid shit you do. And you say, 03 to 05, will just let you know the new buff nigga. I still fuck with Dave because Dave, when he did them couple of little stand-up where he was talking about the trannies, and he said something about faggot on there, and they was mad about that shit. Well, he shouldn't say that. He shouldn't be able to talk about anybody. Like, why not? It's okay for anybody to talk about anybody else, man. Everybody should be okay. Yeah, man. What you doing in Dallas Persuasion? Be careful. The triple D. You say, do you think the Dave Chappelle would? Oh no, it would have been canceled first. That first episode probably would have been a wrap. It'd have been over with. And they'd find shit to be mad up about now. Man up. I'm laughing. I'm talking about mad about now. So it's over some on some dumb shit. But again, like I said, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Can you develop thick skin? I think so. Because what you have to do is just embrace yourself and be happy about your motherfucking self. You are what you are. You can improve, in many areas. But shit, be happy with who you are, man. And again, you got flaws. Nobody's perfect. Instead of being insecure about those things, work on those things and shit. Fucking laugh about it. Like, nobody's fucking perfect, man. Like, fuck it. Everybody fucks up. Motherfuckers be fucking up. The people who are professionals and certified and this, that, and the third, whatever they are, everybody fucks up. Everybody has a day. And shit, laugh at that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. Like, I don't give a shit. That shit don't mean shit to me, What you got to understand is one day in your life don't fucking define who the fuck you are. And that's what a lot of people do. They look at their flaws and they let their flaws define them, or they let their insecurities define who they are. Again, either you embrace that shit or you fix that shit. But either way, don't take it so seriously that you getting all upset and fucking letting that shit get you down. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of this shit, and then I'll open up the line and shit like that, so we can have some conversation. Remember, it's a new Denline number. So the little one had he said, "We say, fag, you get mad, and I'll just make fun of you because fuck you." Well, no, that sounds like a hate crime there, Rabbit. The little one had a game today, and boy, this has nothing to do necessarily with comedy, but I was cracking jokes the whole game long. So I guess last week was the first game of this new little season, and so they had like 2 new kids who weren't there last week because they only had like 5 people on their team, I think, last week, so they all played the whole game. So they had 2 new kids come in this week, one little girl and a little dude. And this is what it actually is. It's a couple of things, and I'll probably bring this up again because we always talk about single mothers and shit like that. And of course, there'll always be that one. Well, not me. I don't. Of course, there's always the anomaly, but let's be realistic. Let's like. I hate when people do that shit. Well, the statistics tell you. You mean you see the majority, which you're about. Well, not me. Well, bitch, I ain't talking about your particular motherfucking ass. Then, goddamn. Single, and I'm assuming single black mom, and I'm gonna tell you because the way these kids' behavior, it told me a shit ton. Okay. Little motherfucker come. It was 2 little dudes. I think he had a younger brother. They was all damn near about the same size though. It was the little older one. He had to be about 8 or 9 because I think it's the one that's the league that they're in. And the other one had to probably be about maybe 6 or 7. I'm assuming one of them wasn't playing. The other one was. Man, tell me why this little bitch ass little kid, and I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Man, dog, like this motherfucker. Like I don't think anybody has, that much storage in their fucking tear ducts. Like. Man, I done lost people. I don't think I done cried that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. When I say this motherfucker cried the entire motherfucking, like, it's like you're there for like 2 hours, almost 2 hours. They practice for about an hour, then they play the game. Okay. So close to 2 hours. Man, this little motherfucker got there. He cried. His mom had to sit there and stand on the fucking field with his ass, and he's sitting there holding her and holding on to her. This motherfucker wanted to get on the goddamn phone and shit. And Instead of fucking going to the goddamn practice, like they all practicing, they kicking the ball around and doing this motherfucker latched on to his mama and crying. My old lady went to go get something from the car. She said she could hear this motherfucker all the way out in the parking lot. So I know everybody because it's like they play soccer there and they play, all right, Baker man, and they play, they play soccer there and they play fucking flag football, right? And so this little motherfucker, I mean, cried. They even kind of kicked him the ball in practice. He started crying even more because they kicked the ball to him again. Now he's latched onto his mama, crying. They kicked the ball to him like, here, we kicking it around. This motherfucker cried. Kicked the ball. It was actually a decent little kick, but he kicked that bitch and then ran back and latched onto his mama and fucking cried again. Like this motherfucker cried the whole motherfucking time. And again, his little brother fucking start crying too. Like these motherfuckers walking around wanting to hold the phone and do all this other shit. This motherfucker cried the entire fucking time. Like he's crying because he's a little fucking punk ass little kid, man. And so, like I say, the fucking dude was crying. They cried together as a family. The little brother started fucking laying out on the ground, fucking crying in the middle of the fucking practice. Shit, the mama should have fucking been crying. Goddamn, she should have been embarrassed. Like, man, look, I wish that would have been. See, and that's how you know what type of mom she is. You could tell she doesn't do anything but fucking. When they at home, she probably not really watching they motherfucking ass. She probably putting them on a fucking screen of some sort. Because this motherfucker cried the whole game, sat on the bench and cried, sat on her lap, both of them sitting on her fucking lap crying for the fucking phone. Absolutely single mom. Dog, crying. You at a fucking soccer game to be trying to play soccer. This motherfucker's crying the whole fucking time. Like, fucking, I mean, god damn. Didn't get in the game, didn't play at all. Cried, fucking cried. Then she gave him, no, I'm lying. He did stop for a little bit because she gave him the phone. He on the fucking phone playing. On the fucking phone. Sitting on her lap. While the other little motherfucker crying, he laid out. And it's just all this fucking, I'm like, god damn. And so I'm talking shit like, fuck these motherfuckers. This shit crazy. And then I guess, I don't know if it's her pops or some little older dude finally came through it. I guess he was trying to talk to the motherfucker. But he still cried. He cried the whole fucking time. It was time to fucking shake hands and shit. He didn't get in the game not once. Cried the whole time because like he got the phone for a little bit. Then the other little brother crying. She get the phone. And it was just like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And he cried through the fucking handshake. Like the older dude who came, I guess eventually come up and like walked him onto the field, had to walk him onto the field to have him shake hands. He cried the whole time he did that. Like, I'm like, good God, what the fuck is going on, dog? Like I said, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing because he was the only fucking little black dude on the fucking team. I mean, the little one, she's a girl, but he's the only little black boy was out there probably on that whole fucking field. And like that shit had to be fucking embarrassing. Like it had to fucking be embarrassing. Like, that's why I say I couldn't come, man. I'm telling you, dog. Like that's what I was telling my old lady. I was like, man, I'm glad I did not try to volunteer because I almost thought about this shit. Like, oh, it might be cool, but I knew from the jump. I'm like, man, I want to win. Like, fuck this. It's a little participation trophy league, but again, it's good experience for the little one because she ain't never played sports. But, to understand, the fundamentals of the game and get a little bit of competition and understand some stuff. Like, we talk about it like wins and losses. So she understands it from that perspective, but she realizes, everybody gets a trophy and all that other stuff. In the summertime with the window, god damn. Can't even do that shit to a dog nowadays. They'll fucking cancel you. But like I say, if it would have been me, man, I'd have like, look, you're going to take this little nigga home and get him the fuck off my field. Or I'd have put that motherfucker on the field and he'd have been fucking, yeah, I got the hydraulics. I'd have put his ass on the field and let the motherfucker run all over his ass. Let his ass get hit in the face with a fucking soccer ball a couple of times. That'll give his ass a reason to fucking cry. I cannot stand that shit. Like, you look like a whole motherfucking punk on the field. And I know it's a little kid. I almost feel bad for talking about him because it ain't his fault. He's a little kid. His mama's has let him do that. You can tell he's been getting away with that. And you can tell that's all she fucking do is let this nigga. And she catered to that shit, man. Let that motherfucker cry, dog. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. Fuck that phone. Fuck your little brother. Fuck them kids, man. Yeah, I already know what I'm finna say. Fuck you. Like, God, I couldn't have done it, dog. Like, coach was better than me, dog. Man, look. You get your ass up out of here. Go holler at them motherfuckers, get a refund or whatever you pay for this league. I don't want, man, fuck them little motherfuckers, dog. Like, so, but we use that as a teaching lesson because, I talked to the little one about him. Like, you see that and you see, like, yeah, well, of course the coach is white. Well, man, he might have Hispanic. A nice white guy. I want to say last week it was a white coach, or a Mexican coach. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and the fucking thing is, like, come on, man. Like, ain't no motherfucking way. And I think that, even eventually he kind of gave up. He's like, man, this motherfucker lost. Like, shit. He couldn't even talk, couldn't talk to the kids during the halftime or whatever. This motherfucker sitting there crying and shit. And the little one, she funny because she like just staring at the nigga like what's going on and shit. So we call him like, man, look, don't stare, just go stay away from him because his mama on the bench with him, the brother on the bench with him. They all sitting on the fucking bench. And again, and we the only other black family there. So I'm like, man, look, stand away from her. I don't want you to think. I don't want people to look at you and think you and their family. Fuck that shit. Look, I understand unity and solidarity and all that shit, man. Fuck that shit, dog. Man, look, she went and sat on the other team bench like she was. I was dying laughing. She got all the way away from her. She went and sat on the other team fucking bench. Like, I was like, that's fucking hilarious, man. That shit is funny as fuck, dog. The fuck? The fuck is this? Okay. Oh. There was something else I was about to say. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? I forgot what that was. But give me a second. We finna open up the line. Why does MIC get all the cool plane crashes? Well, you know what I mean. Fuck that. Shit is funny, man. Yeah, we just talking about, and again, like I say, I would say I felt bad for her, but she put herself in that situation. Like I say, them niggas, again, they could have probably had the same pops. They look the same, but it is what it is. That's not the bag. I'm hoping them niggas don't come back. I asked Lil, you want them, you think you should come back next week? No, I hope he doesn't. Shit, that little motherfucker was whining. I can't even do it. I ain't want to beat on the desk and shit and break something. Got me with the fucking clips beat. That motherfucker was whining his motherfucking ass off. Like, come on, man, you little bitch. I like really wanted to say, I'm like, man, that ain't my place because I'm going to start a riot. Motherfucker's going to be mad at me. But, I mean, you got to feel some type of way being that embarrassed. But, again, it ain't about single moms, even though somehow we get on that conversation. We're talking about comedy and what's happening to comedy. Why is comedy dying? Whose fault is it for comedy dying? And why can't people take a joke anymore? So again, the new Denline 833-284-3336. Call in with your thoughts and not your thoughts. It might have been a situation where the motherfucking kids is wilding out. She might be thotting it up. Who knows? Yeah, Bernie told him, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. And so again, like I say, it's bad. Come on. She was a single black mom. The odds. But what's that shit they used to say on that fucking Mockingjay? What's the shit? The fucking show. What was that shit? Hunger Games. You already know. The Hunger Game. May the odds be ever in your favor. Single black mom, the odds are in favor that she got some weave in her motherfucking head, man. So, it is what it is. And again, for those of you who are afraid to call, you can also text the line. So, but again, man, it's a comedy business. This copy dropped that first roofie. All right. We got a call coming in. Hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? We got calling into the den this evening.
What's going on, Honcho? This is your boy Man Up here.
Man Up, what's the motherfucking deal, Man Up? What would you like to drop in the den tonight?
Man, I just had to say, man, that story was funny to tell about the kids because I kind of got one with, I don't know if you saw in the chat, I kind of got one with my daughter. She's in karate classes, and, you know, they was, you know, doing little practices and stuff, and there's one little boy, he was like, you know how they had a little punching bag for the kids?
Yeah.
My little girl, she was punching the bag like she was trying to break it. He was just sitting there just barely tapping it like he was just scared. And I was telling my wife, I was like, you see this? This boy act like he's just super scared to do what he's supposed to be doing. Like he just didn't know what to do. And then I wanted to talk about, you were talking about comedy humor, man. I was like, you know, when it comes to that, in today's world, if it keeps going like this, nobody's going to be able to say or do or have their own mind, I put it like that, to say or do anything because you're going to be too scared to offend somebody and somebody's going to get upset. So I just hope that one day all this crap just disappear and go away. Let people laugh at themselves or kind of realize that if something don't pertain to you just because you are gay or fat or whatever, if it doesn't pertain to you, what you're getting upset for, unless somebody insults you personally. You know what I mean?
I got a question about the soft karate kid.
So right now?
I say I have a question about the soft karate kid.
Okay.
Was he a product of a single mother, or did you know if he had a dad in the picture too?
I don't know if he had a dad, if his dad is there or not, but his mom is who was with him. I'm gonna put it like that.
Okay. Interesting. Like I say, yes, a lot of angles that this generation is slowly depleting. Can't crack no jokes. Can't motherfucking throw a punch. I mean, it's all bad, man.
Yeah, personally, if you think about it, man, I thought long and hard about it. I blame parents these days, and I also blame social media, like the internet, social media, period. Because if you get to a point to where you can always, where it's okay for you to say what you got to say online, you don't have to go face to face with a person, you know, and say what it is that you got to say. That's the reason why I'm saying that, because, you know, like me and you talked before, if you could sit here and say, I can curse you out, call you all kinds of names, but when I get to your face, I don't say anything. Yeah, that's, to me, is a whole move, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, it's because parents got to teach their kids, hey, if you got something to say, man up and say what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. Handle your business. Because what you think is going to happen when you get out into this crazy world? You know what I'm saying? Quit creating these soft-ass kids. You know, do something. You know? I guess you call me old school. I don't do that crap, so I don't teach my daughter that crap.
I agree. And that's what I say. You got to be proactive nowadays, because otherwise it's going to be a bad look. And I think more parents need to be more proactive. Stop listening to what they tell you on TV to do and all that other bullshit. You know, you gotta know what's right and make sure you instill that in the kids, because the schools ain't gonna do it. Because the schools trying to do everything in their power to undermine them, to usurp any power that they have. They don't want these kids to be powerful. They don't want these kids to be thinkers. They don't want these kids to be, you know, mentally strong. They just want them to be able to follow instructions. And the instructions they giving them right now is making them weaker and weaker by the day. We hear some other bullshit almost every other day on some crazy shit that's going on, especially in this school system. So I definitely agree, man. You gotta teach your kids, man. Don't fall for the okie doke. Yeah, you may have to go to school, you may have to do this and do that, but everything that they telling you ain't about your education, you know. So I definitely agree.
That's true. I agree with you, man. All right, man. I'm gonna let somebody else call in. I'll hit you up, man. I might be available this Monday night. I'll definitely let you know Monday, okay?
Okay, that's a bet. I'll be looking forward to it. Let me know.
All right, then. I'll let you.
Already. So, again, appreciate that call from Man Up, man. And so, you know, again, like I say, man, it's a crazy day and age that we're living in. It's a crazy time, you know, either way, because again, like I say, you know, it's you can't talk joke, you can't crack jokes. They don't want you to be able to defend yourself. They don't want you to offend anybody else. All right, hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Okay, they didn't hung up on the nigga. I don't know what they didn't hung up on the nigga, goddamn. Well, fine then. Be that way. Let's see. You know. Okay, hold on. I think we calling back. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello.
Okay. What's going on, Honcho? This is Dr. Rabbit.
Oh, okay. Dr. Rabbit. What's the motherfucking deal, Dr. Rabbit? What would you like to drop in the den this evening?
All right. So you want to know why humor can be harmful?
Yes, I'd like to know. School us, young Dr. Rabbit, on why humor is harmful.
It's because of these soft snowflake motherfuckers, man. They can't take jokes.
So what can we do to fix that problem? What do you think can be done to alleviate that situation?
Well, it starts by you got to learn to laugh. Well, okay, I'm kind of getting off topic, but you got to learn to laugh at yourself, because people are going to, crack jokes about you, and I'm pretty sure most of the time it's either harmless or harmful. From my days, it's pretty harmless. They're just trying to be humorous. And, sure, you're going to take offense to that as the first time, but it's okay because, they're just trying to be funny. Okay. Now, I'm not for people that take jabs at me. The other day, one of my friends made fun of me because I have a cowlick on like the back of my head. Do you know what a cowlick is?
Yes.
Okay. He said I look like Ducky from The Land Before Time.
I don't even know what you look like, Dr. Rabbit. That's hilarious to me. I mean, just the fact that you said cowlick, that shit, I'm already in my head just laughing. I'm already busting. And again, and so the thing about that is, and I'm glad you said it, because I don't even know you, but the fact that a motherfucker just said cowlick, the shit is fucking funny. That you look like Ducky from that shit is funny because it's just the association in the mind, and what people take it is that, oh, I'm getting laughed at. Yeah, you have a certain trait, but again, like you said, if you can learn to laugh at yourself, and it's not a big fucking deal. Like, that's fucking hilarious, though.
Yeah, man, I make fun of myself sometimes, man. And you know what? I'm not even mad at it, because he's right.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, man.
So, what did it mean? But did you gracefully mount a comeback, or did you allow him the last jab?
Nah, because he was right, man. I had to refresh my memory, so I pulled up a picture and I looked. So I pulled up a picture and I looked at McCulloch, and I'm like, I can't come back from that.
Oh man, you gotta have something for him come Monday, man. You gotta do some research. You gotta do whatever you gotta do. You can't let him get away with that, man. You gotta strike back. Dr. Rabbit strikes back like the Empire. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it, man. You can't let him body you on that last one.
No.
But I agree, man, and I appreciate your call there, Dr. Rabbit. I think you made some very good points, and we're gonna speak on that.
All right, Honcho.
All right. So again, like I said, and that's fucking funny though. Fucking Ducky from the Land Before. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's funny. I mean, you got to admit that's fucking funny. I don't even know what fucking Dr. Rabbit looks like, but that's fucking funny as fuck to me. Mad TV early Mad TV was good to me. Then I think it kind of fizzled out. Just being on Fox, I think, kind of hurt it. And Living Color was gold, but it's shit that Living Color used to do now that you can't crack jokes on now. I remember when they had the fucking gay army regiment. We already talked about Men on Film. Y'all already know you can't do Men on Film now. It'd be over with. Or if you did do men on film, the gay people would be mad because you didn't have actual gays doing the men on film, because that's a thing now too. Like, gay people are mad that people in Hollywood are playing gay roles, but they're not actually gay, and so they're upset about that. I've seen something who was about one of them Hollywood tricks, but chicks, all same shit. Was supposed to be playing like a tranny man or some dude who was involved in the mafia or some shit like that, and they were mad because they didn't get a real trans person to play it. It's a fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, get over that shit. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to get the fuck over that shit, man. Like, Handyman. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. It would be first episode canceled. You know what I'm saying? Canceled. It would be game over with on that shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's going on, bro? It's Unbeaten Sports.
Unbeaten Sports. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What you want to drop in the den tonight, man?
Hey, man, I think people need to realize what humor actually comes from, man. Humor is probably the darkest alley that we have, like, as far as expression goes. And, like, got to realize that comedians especially, like, they come from, like, they share, like, the darkest parts of their lives, and they shed light on it, and they make fun of it. And it's great what they do. Like, you can look at, like, Kevin Hart, for example, right? He's on top of the comedy game right now. And what's, like, some of the darkest jokes, some of the funniest of jokes that he has is some of the darkest jokes that he has, right? Yeah. Like, you can look at, he had a joke about his dad being a crack addict, or his mom being a single mother, or the fact that he cheated on his wife, and things of that nature. Like, these are dark topics if you just to talk about it generally and not trying to make jokes about it, right? And I feel like people lose the element that comedy is dark, right? And to go on to, like, the other things is, like, I think people need to have a thicker skin about things, and they need to just, I guess, go back to the original point to understand, like, the roots of what comedy is, and it's shedding the light on the dark parts of our lives and making it light.
Okay, man, I absolutely agree, man. You made a very, very valid point there, man. I'm expanding on it, man. I appreciate the call there, Unbeaten Sports.
All right, bro.
Alrighty. Man, said something, man. He brought a very, very, very good point. I'm glad he said that. And it is, because, you look at a lot of these comedians, they done went through a lot of shit. You don't really, no quality comedian just has had a great life, has been living the upper echelon lifestyle. Same thing with fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes them great, is all the pain that they are able to put into their fists or their fights or whatever it is. That's usually what it's not a bunch of well-to-do people. One, they're not going to put themselves in those kind of situations, but it's the darkness and shedding light on the darkness in a humorous way. But what I was thinking when he said that is, when he's talking about people having a thicker skin, I want to know what y'all think. Is it that people don't want to be reminded of their mistakes, of the places in their life where they fall flat? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what it is? Because people don't want to be reminded of where they fuck up. It's okay to laugh at other people's fuck ups, but they don't want to have their mistakes pointed out and brought to light. Is that the case? Do you think that's what it is? And that's what I wonder about. Their insecurities, exactly. So, darker comedy subject, but you don't hear about them. Is it underground comedy? I'm gonna have to go check out. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get a chance. I'm gonna come check you out, babe. So catch you live and stand up. So I think the problem is that there are certain groups of folks that feel like they're immune to jokes. And I think that's what it is. Like, yeah, I want to come here and I want to be able to laugh at everybody else, but don't remind me of my problems, my past, my fuck ups and shit like that. Man, fuck the people. You did what you did. I'm gonna make fun of you. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. I mean, ultimately, that's what it is, man. Shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
It's Edmund.
Edmund. What's the motherfucking deal, Edmund? What you want to drop at the den tonight, man?
So, speaking of comedy and how it's being perceived as hurtful in this society, I believe that a majority of the people that get offended with small jokes or with comedy skits. I think most of those people they had something in the past, like something happened to them in their childhood or during their adolescent years that has haunted them and continues to haunt them to this day. I think, for example, someone being bullied could be a perfect example of someone still reeling those effects. And so whenever someone makes fun of them based on their appearance or how they act or their personality, they easily get, I guess that trauma still hits them hard, and the only way they react is using their emotion. And so I think that's some things that I see with people that something that happened in the past. It's one of the reasons why I believe people get sensitive to these jokes.
Okay. Man, I probably agree with you on that, man. And that's the thing, though, shouldn't they find a way to let go? Because a lot of this stuff means that, hey, apparently somebody else is going through or has gone through a similar situation that you've gone through. What do you think that the person like that who is suffering from a trauma could do to overcome that type of situation?
I think a perfect solution to it would be to join, some sort of sport league or some sort of rec league or a club organization, something where they get to interact with other people, depending on their interests. So if their interest is in sports, joining a team would be perfect. If their interest is in, video games, maybe having a little group a group of friends to play video games in, or maybe it's in education or in building things. Like it just depends on how and what their interest is, and I think that can be a way to get that all that hatred or all that stress away from their mind, and so they won't have to think about their own insecurities.
Okay. But does that, if they do that, because I think things like that do build up confidence when you do become a part of a group, when you do cater to your strengths, that helps you build up confidence. But do you think they would still revert to a situation similar to being offended if somebody was to bring up something around that? Or do you think that something like that would help them totally avoid those situations or build more confidence about the situation that they were put in?
Well, I think it depends on who they surround themselves with. So if they have people that, if that person is around people that he trusts or she trusts, then it makes a situation where someone makes fun of or makes a joke about them, I think it makes them more comfortable. I think they start developing that thicker skin, and especially if a friend says it to them, like it would make them feel like, okay, well, at least I know him, compared to like some random classmate saying, hey, you look like, this and that. But I think it just depends on the circumstances in which that person is in. But I think that another solution would be to, I would say maybe go out and maybe like join the dance group. I think there was a study in an article I read a few months ago that said dancing is actually one of the best ways to get that antisocial personality trait off of you. Like, not only is it a good activity to get that stress off and a good exercise to stay in shape, but it's also very because you're when you dance with someone, you're building a kind of like a connection between that person and whoever between you and that person. So dancing is actually one of the more effective ways of combating social or insecurity issues, which lead to stuff like being sensitive. So those are my thoughts.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate the call there, man.
All right, love you.
I don't know if y'all caught that part right there at the end. All they do is this, man. Hey, man, you already know Cavity Creep. Lyric Northside, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi, what's the motherfucking deal? Cavity Creep, what's the motherfucking deal? Ashmel, what's the motherfucking deal? No, I was actually trying to. I wanted to make sure that he because he said I love you, Heidi, and then I was ending the call or on the thing. So yeah, that's why y'all ain't hear the whole thing. It said I love you, Heidi. That's why I said I didn't know if y'all heard the whole end of it. So it wasn't for me. It was for Heidi. Right where persuade. That's what I'm talking about. Who don't love me? Goddamn shit. I appreciate the love. So interesting. Edman says that for a person to get over their insecurities about, getting made fun of, that they should, go out there and do the Soldier Boy. Okay. Do the chicken noodle soup. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, you already know. You say when a teammate joke about you, I was hurt the most. That's fucked up. But what if it's a teammate you don't really like? I.e. that it's all good, man. Y'all can post that shit. I ain't tripping. Hey, you know what? I appreciate the love. But I think that he has some good points there, though. Something like that, I think it would build up confidence, because especially if you're willing to go into something that you don't normally do. And again, you do build that connection with people. You build confidence in your body control and things like that. You learn, you develop a talent that always does build confidence. And you're getting exercise out of that shit. So very, very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. Oh, they sure did close that shit, huh? Very, very. I saw that. It's supposed to be closed for like 6 months or some shit like that. It's gonna be pretty. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough if this traffic wasn't already bad enough. So there's that. It's too about to be 2K light in the wallet. The dad's very good. You meet girls too. And they falsely accuse you of rape. Then you discover that they have a whole Pornhub account on the internet with their boyfriend, and then their boyfriend has a rap album that he's dropping. He comes out and says you lied about the rape, and then people start a GoFundMe for you. Interesting. Interesting. Nah, we gonna drip, man. And it is what it is. So, this is the music take me home. What you wrote about John Denver came on. Been playing Fallout 76 or something. No. Who was it? Who was the chick? The chick that they just said, the little black chick, who just I think in Atlanta. I got bras in Atlanta. Basically said that she got raped on the dance floor, even though she was, and again, this is not condoning it. I mean, a lot of women don't wear underwear, but she was in some kind of twerking contest with no drawers on. Then she was basically dancing, grinding up on a nigga. Said that she got drugged, even though she was able to record it on her Facebook Live. I don't know. I guess, that's got to be an interesting thing. When you get drugged, the first thing you do is go to your Facebook Live. So there's that. Don't believe she's pressed charges on the dude. And then, again, like I said, a whole bunch of shit, they discovered a bunch of shit about it. Like, I guess her and her boyfriend basically, I don't know if it's on Pornhub, but they basically do amateur porn. I don't know if they were trying to get into the business doing amateur porn. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then he's a rapper. He's an aspiring rapper. So, hey, hey, I got many hustles, I guess. But I think he came out and said she was lying. A bunch of family members came out and said that, she lies about a bunch of shit. She always trying to set somebody up and shit. So, it's craziness, it's crazy. Hey, motherfuckers got to put everything on the internet. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It could have been Drake. He's a suspect here. I'm waiting on, again, once his fame starts dying down, please believe the Me Too's are coming for Drake, because he's just in too many suspect situations. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
It's Edmund again.
Edmund again. What would you like to drop in the den this evening, Edmund?
So I wanted to I want to emphasize again on, how dancing is something that is underrated, I guess. I think when it comes to specifically dancing, like, Latino or Hispanic music, because not only are you getting to interact with a fine ass girl, but if your dancing is really good, you can take her out a few drinks, and then the rest of the story. So I think that's
you dance Latino music. I mean, you just basically fucking the music with your clothes on, sensually. It's not like it's more like making love to music with your clothes on. You dance that rap shit. Rap shit, that's fucking with your clothes on. There's a difference between fucking and making love. But no, I mean, I agree. What's that shit? What's that one called? It wasn't not the fucking salsa. I don't think it was tango. It was one of them motherfuckers. I told myself I wanted to learn one day, maybe when I'm like 50. Learn how to merengue or some shit. I don't know. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of those fancy Spanish dances. But no, I agree. I mean, I agree that it can definitely put you in a good spot. I don't doubt that. Like, so I definitely agree that dancing could be a plus, as long as you ain't learning how to do that. What's that shit they do in California? That crumping shit, dancing like a clown. That's gonna get you no hoes. Okay, that's gonna get you negative hoes. Don't do that shit. Do some old classy shit, goddamn. Spin her around, get her a little dizzy, bow, then take her out for drinks. Bow, then you winning. Honcho I did not say that. I did not say to do that. So that was jokes. Them was jokes, y'all. So is that what you're up to, Ed, man? I mean, are you taking dance classes and that's how you meeting all these chicks you meeting? Is that the secret? Are they offering dance classes at U of H?
No, but yeah, I'm planning on taking dance classes. I want to go to the club more. Just start taking out more. Just start hitting up more female Hispanic chicks, and then, putting something. Oh no, never mind. Just buying them drinks, influencing them, and then, just taking them to my car. No, not like that though. Like, just because I don't have my own place yet, so I can't really.
I'm just listening. I'm just.
Yeah, this one. It sounds bad, but I meant like, when you go to the movies and then you sit all the way in the. I'm using an example, like, I'm not. What am I saying? I'm like, what the.
I don't know. I mean, I'm letting you say. I'm not even putting no input in on this. I don't want to be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna be like Honcho told y'all to do some shit. I ain't saying nothing. I'm letting Ed Man speak on this all his own. So no more bowling alleys. You saying? So you're gonna go straight for the movies and dancing.
Yeah, but I have to influence them in a way. Like, but I don't want to, be a Drake kind of guy. Like, I don't want to be in a situation like Bill Cosby. Let's just put it like that.
Okay. Well, you definitely have to be careful about how you say some of these things. Buying them drinks, influencing them, taking them back to your car. Man, that could be very questionable. See, what you got to do though is you got to get you an old school big body. You know what I'm saying? Go get you one of them old school Crown Vics or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then that way you got room. And then you can do like that other cousin of mine. I told you, just put some curtains in that bitch. It ain't no Maybach or nothing like that. Just install you some. Bow, windows covered up. You Gucci, man. You know what I mean? You'll be all good. So it's like a small apartment in that bitch. Yeah.
I would, but she would destroy me. Like, I wouldn't be able to handle that. That's why I need I need a petite kind of gal.
Oh man, get you a big girl. Big girls need love too. They with the shits, She be petite, she might fall between the seats or something. You might lose her, never find her again. So, or if you out here, especially if you out here influencing with drinks, if you catch my drift. You know, you might over influence a petite girl. So you got to be careful. You know, make sure you get your measurements right. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I got, man. I got nothing else for that, you know. But I appreciate your call there, Ed, man.
All right, bet.
All right. Man. I don't know where that call went. I tried to bring it back, but then I pushed it back over to Ed, so it is what it is. Shout out to Ed, man, though. I'm telling y'all got to watch out for Ed, man. Gonna have all the hoes in Houston, man. Y'all better get y'all somewhere y'all can, man, because Ed, man, once he start taking them dance classes, game over with. Y'all gonna be missing out. So Dr. Rabbit in the text says, people don't laugh at themselves. If anything, they take shots at people, immediately leave the room when somebody gets at that person. You have to learn to laugh at yourself, and I stand by laughing at you if you get mad at that, at the fact that I said the F word. You know, I don't use that word. I've never said that word. He said Eddie Redmayne dead ass won an Oscar 4 years ago for playing a transgender because it was so progressive. That same role would be shit on nowadays. I don't even know who Eddie Redmayne is. No, I said Redman. Redmayne. But low-key that cool. So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like nowadays, that shit ain't shit, man. Like, and again, you know, for people to be so progressive and accepting and understanding in this day and age, it's actually about being less understanding. You know, it's about being fucking, let's get upset about everything, even though we know what a motherfucker meant. Like the same people who got mad at Louis C.K., you know, and he's doing a little low-key set. He's thinking he's doing a set for maybe 20, 30 people, if that. And then that shit just gets leaked out to the whole fucking world. Like, it's crazy. Lowered expectations. That shit used to be funny as fuck, dog. Lowered Expectations was hilarious. That shit was a great little series they had. That, He Look You Like a Man. What else did they used to have? Who's that one dude they used to have? What was the fucking? He was the big ass little kid. It wasn't Steven. Wasn't his name? What was the big ass little kid's name? And he fucking played like a. He played like a, I can't even remember that motherfucker's name, man. But again, you know, when he grin you in, they Ving Rhames holiday. Oh man, I don't even. Stewart. That's what it was. Stewart. Yeah. Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan's horrible though. I'm like, I don't find Tracy Morgan very funny. I saw you had asked about Mike Epps earlier. I'm kind of on Mike Epps. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? All right, D-Love, appreciate you following through. Mike Epps is hit or miss. He might be better movie comedy than he is at stand up. And some people are comedic actors, and some people are stand up comedians, and some people can't cross over that threshold. You know, I saw like a little thing, and again, it wasn't really a stand up for him, but it was like, excuse me, he was hosting the show. What's his name? The dude, because like you got a lot of the Graham comedians now. What's his name? Bring that ass here, boy. DC Young Fly. And I ain't knocking his hustle. Like, I'm not knocking him, you know what I'm saying? But he was doing like a little thing, and it was just like, because you know how like when they host a show and they have several comedians come out and they'll kind of, you know, start by getting the crowd kind of warmed up. And it was just kind of meh. He really wasn't like, he was capping, but not really capping. It was just kind of saying a bunch of random shit. So it wasn't really all that. I can't stand fucking plain potatoes. That dude that's a motherfucker that would get beat the fuck up. But again, he knows where he can pull that shit off and where you can't pull that type of shit off. So it is what it is. He said Mike Epps funny in person when he's sober. How Mike Epps kind of weekend. That's what you could tell. You could tell when he be out of there. Tell you he's not funny. Drunk Tiffany Haddish. Say Texas two-step is fun. Man, yeah, the Texas two-step, I remember, man, it was some years back. It was some years back, and I was plastered. There was this little hole in the wall. I'm not going to refer to the name of it. It ain't there no more. But Baker Man might know what I'm talking about. That I'll use a euphemism or allude to it. The Indian, if you will, used to be the little club with the cheap drink. What did they used to have, like 50-cent drinks or $1 drinks, something. They used to, hey, man, motherfuckers used to show up there, I want to say on Tuesday night or Wednesday night, one of them, and get wasted, get plastered in that bitch, you know what I'm saying? And fucking sober too. You probably right. I ain't never seen you sober. I just don't, I can't get into it. Like I said, I'd have to check it out. But man, they used to have the same fucking playlist. The same, you talking about Tommy Davidson. That's who you talking about. Tommy Davidson's a fucking trip. But the same fucking playlist. I want to say it was Wednesday nights. Every Wednesday night, same playlist. They had some old ass rap music. I remember Pussy Control always being on that bitch. They had a few country songs and a little shit. He's a little bitty dude. I like Rel. I seen one of his stand-ups and I thought it was pretty funny. I saw like 2 minutes of his show on Fox, and I wasn't. I was just kind of. But again, like I said, I really honestly didn't give it a shot. But I think he's kind of funny from the stand-up I saw him do. I like him more than I like Kevin Hart stand-ups. But again, I've only seen one of his, and I haven't really watched. I've seen Kevin Hart stand-up, but I'm just not a big fan. I mean, it just is what it is. Yeah, man, and so. That whole little situation, motherfuckers used to be in there getting wasted. I remember one time I got plastered in that bitch, and fucking boy, don't fucking drink and drive, y'all. Don't do it. But I stayed like right around the corner from that bitch, and fucking man, allegedly, man, fucking. I remember one time I got drunk. I was in that bitch, fucking. Two-stepping like a motherfucker, dog. They got me in there. Come on, how's it do, man? I'm in that hoe. Fuck it. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, like all that shit. Like, come on, babe. But I really didn't like, because I don't mind. Again, a lot of comedy is self-deprecating, but to me, he just used to be on the little short nigga shit, just too much for me. I used to hate the one, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is what it is. I know that comedy is hard to do. It takes a while to develop jokes. It takes a while to kind of see how they hit with different audiences. I understand that. But I think when you're making several TV appearances in their own kind of major platforms, you got to be able to shake it up. Because he had told that one fucking joke about getting beat up over the PlayStation like too many times. You know what I'm saying? Like too many times. Could good-looking people be funny? I don't know. I guess I would think so. I don't know. But maybe not, because they don't have enough experiences. I'm trying to think who looks good that's funny. Because even like all the female comedians I think about, you can be like, yeah, I'd probably be. But nah, you would after a drunk night in the club and you strike it out, you'd be like, fuck it. But it ain't too many female comedians that you would be like, man, yeah, that bitch fine, that bitch bad. Like, I don't think there's any actually. So, there's that. The raccoon joke. I don't even remember the raccoon joke. Yeah, I think you have to go through shit in life and probably be shit on a couple of times to learn how to respond to it properly, and then get over it. Man, you know who's somebody who really pushes the envelope, and he says some real suspect stuff, but the thing about the suspect ass shit he says is he means it. And again, I had to kind of adjust my gauge when listening to him, because he goes a little over the line with some of my beliefs. But he was actually kind of funny to me. That fucking Jim Norton, I want to say his name is something like that. Jim Norton. Yeah, to disappear on y'all real quick. Alakazam. So I want to say his name is Jim Norton or something like that, but he's definitely what you would call outrageous shock. But he kind of kept company with Patrice O'Neal, who was one of the. Patrice was so fucking underrated. Elephant in the Room. I was watching that bitch the other night. But the thing about Patrice O'Neal, he was funny, but at the same time, Patrice was really giving game. In that Cult of Black Phillip show, man, if y'all haven't had a chance to really, like, if y'all have some free time and you really want some real game, listen to it. It's not a whole lot of episodes, and they're kind of long because it was like a little show he used to have. It was him, and I think that Dante, whatever his name, dude, he does the Cult of Brown Phillip now. I think he kept it going, but it's not quite the same. But Cult of Black Phillip was so legit, and like I say, Patrice just dropped gems on that bitch, man. And but he's funny as fuck at the same time, but he's real. You know what I'm saying? All right, Dr. Rap, appreciate you coming through. You say it takes a day to come up with a joke and weeks to develop it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so I know it's not easy because again, you have to test it out because again, something I may consider funny might not be funny for the next person. So you kind of got to see how it gauges over. I'm telling y'all, like comedy, I respect good comedians, and I'm telling you why, because to get a group of people to laugh at something, and this is why I hate motherfuckers who go to comedy shows looking to get triggered, looking to get mad, knowing what kind of comedian that they're seeing. Comedy is a hard skill. And what I mean by that, if you can make dozens to hundreds to even fucking thousands, when you become major and you make thousands of people laugh for thinking or the way that you kind of, you put the joke out there, people don't agree on shit these days, but if you can make a group of people laugh about something, that is a fucking skill. Comedy to me is more difficult than drama because you notice like a lot of the great comedians, and this is funny that, when Unbeaten called in, he was talking about it sheds light on the darkest alley of, our lives. Do you realize like some of the great comedians are great drama actors? I mean, if they're a great comedic actor, they are a great drama actor. Like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey he can definitely do both ends of the spectrum. Now he's done some shit that's kind of what's going on, Jim? But he definitely could do it. Robin Williams could do it. There's a couple others out there. Those two just come to mind to me immediately. Say I like groups fuck thousand. Some people are funny to act. Some people the written act is funny, but they're not funny guys. Yeah, and that's why I say that's why you have stand up people, and then you have comedic actors. And they can follow the script. And like I say, when Cat was talking all that shit, Cat was fucking legit. He didn't lie. Motherfuckers try to make Cat seem like the bad guy, but like I say, it's a reason that bitch got fired from her job and she got replaced because there was a bunch of other comedians who came out and was like, man, fuck that bitch, because every time you'd have to come through Atlanta, in radio, the morning show is where it's at. People want the morning shit while they at work, while they, doing whatever they're doing. They want the morning show. They want the morning talk. And the fact that, if you was coming to Atlanta to perform and she called herself trying to be a fucking a comedian, she would hate on motherfuckers. She said she would cancel a lot of interviews at the last minute and shit when motherfuckers be supposed to show up. So they would be like, man, fuck that. I'm not even fucking with it, man. Like, a lot of people weren't fucking with it because she would really go in there and try to hate and try to own some shit. But the thing is, it wasn't even really her show in the first place. It was old buddy, the Frank dude's show. And then he left and did some other shit and came back. But that's where she peaks. That's where she plateaus. It's all downhill from there for her, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, and I think it's certain people you can tell that a lot is put into their act, and then there's certain people who you can tell are just natural. And that's why I think Dave is just a natural, because he can just go off and just say some old random ass shit that ain't even intended to be funny. I don't even think he's necessarily trying to be funny, and the shit just comes off as hilarious. Gabriel Iglesias, that's the fluffy dude. If that's who I'm thinking about, yeah, he's pretty funny. Comedians in Cars on Netflix. So I have to check that out. Yeah. Again, like I say, there's some people out there who just got the juice, man. And then you have people who know the recipe, but they don't necessarily got the fucking juice. You say Steve Harvey's unbelievable. I have to check it out. I heard Steve been on some simping, man. I gotta find out what's going on with Steve. But Steve been on that simping, man. Steve been on simping since Think Like a Man. You know what I'm saying? Since the Think Like a Man book, Steve been on some simping. Like, Steve was ruining shit for hoes. He would say, I'm gonna think like a man. How many bitches read that book in one? Not very many. That shit sold. That shit was like a bestseller, if I'm not mistaken. I ain't mad at him. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? But don't be out there trying to Derek Jackson these hoes. I think that's where a lot of that 90-day shit, was coming from. Oh, you said Steve was hating on Bernie's success? That's no bueno. That's no good for you, Steve. Bernie was a natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Again, Bernie was a motherfucking natural. What we got? I got the fucking song stuck in my head and shit now. All right. We'll see. I don't know what's going on with that. But again, you got people who just got it. Like I got some partner, man, they just motherfuckers are just naturally funny. Just turn any situation into just comedy. But again, you got the people who have that opposite personality. Take a funny situation, they just drain all the fucking energy out the goddamn room. And that shit is the worst. Those are the worst kinds of people. Okay. All right, cool. So, Seth Rogen. I'll send it to you if you want. I can send it to you. I'll shoot you a link. If you want the file, I can send you the file, but I'll shoot you a link to where it's at. Jonah Hill, movie guy. I think he's just a movie guy. Seth Rogen, I think he's a movie guy too. All right, that's a bit. The little Indian dude that fuck with Seth. The old one from 40-year-old virgin or whatever. That dude. I think. But Aziz, I like Aziz. I like Aziz's stand-ups. Aziz is kind of funny to me. He's entertaining in the movies too. He just got that weird energy. Aziz got like a weird energy, but he's funny as shit. I was mad they tried to do my boy bad, try to hit him with a Me Too for being a gentleman. And that's what I say, that's where that line gets blurred. There's Aziz Ansari, yeah. Aziz is funny. I like Aziz. Will Ferrell, it took me a second to kind of, adjust to his comedy, but Will's okay in certain shit. But I like what's his name better though. I've never seen him do stand up now. Okay, and I don't think I've ever really seen Will Ferrell do stand up either. What's his name? Danny McBride. I like that. Danny McBride is fucking funny to me. Eastbound and Down, fucking Kenny Powers. That motherfucker's hilarious to me. All the little shit that he be in. He got a fucking movie called, it was like a little low, I don't think straight to DVD movie called The Foot Fist Way. And I ain't seen this bitch in probably about shit. It's been over 10 years. That shit is fucking hilarious. That motherfucker's funny. Dan McBride's much funnier to me. But again, Will has some good shit. Like I say, Step Brothers was cool. Fucking, what's that fucking movie? The fucking Love Me Sexy. Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro is one of my favorites. That shit is fucking hilarious. Foot Fist Way, that shit is funny, dog. Soul Plane. That hoe was super bootleg. That motherfucker there was, I forgot Kevin Hart was even in that bitch. That's where he basically got his jump. I like Bill Burr. I like Bill Burr stand-ups. The Bill Burr was raw. I don't know if he still got it. I heard a lot of people say when he came on the when he went on the Joe Rogan podcast that he seemed like he had gotten soft. I don't know if it's the kid or the wife or whatever is breaking him down, but a lot of people said he sounded like he had gotten real soft. Like, but that motherfucker, Bill Burr, is fucking hilarious. I remember this motherfucker sat I think he went to Philly, and these motherfuckers was booing his ass. That motherfucker went hard on these motherfuckers for like 10 straight minutes. Just fuck you. I fucking hope you get cancer, and the Eagles will never win. Like he just went in on these motherfuckers like for 10 solid fucking minutes. That motherfucker was just going unleashed. And then I know he had that one, not walk this way, walk around, something. And he was in Tennessee or something like that, and the crowd started kind of he kind of started losing them a little bit, but he got on their ass, and then he kind of brought them back in. I like Bill Burr. F is for Family is a funny fucking show. Ricky Smiley's hilarious. Who else is good? Who else is a good legendary? Martin was great. Martin was all of the above. Blake Boy. Martin was all of the above. Martin had all the juice. Martin had the stand up. He had the comedic acting. You know what I'm saying? Fucking one of the greats of just his generation. I still think is one of the greats. Graduate Chappelle Show University. Fucking Bill Burr. As a matter of fact, I was watching the racial draft the other day. I was watching the racial draft after the other day, and when he said something, when he threw something slick in there, he's like, "Yeah, they'll probably get the picking," or something. He said they'll probably get what they want. They'll still find a way to complain. And Dave was like, "Ha, fuck you, motherfucker." That shit was fucking funny as shit, man. That shit was hilarious. But again, man, like I say, there has to be something. There has to be something that to protect comedians these days. Like, because you can tell a motherfucker, if you're soft-hearted, get out. Motherfuckers will think that they can handle some shit. And then once you offend them, then they want to get mad about it, man. The thing, though, he is blamed. Yeah, they asked if he was the one that made, if he was the one that did it. He never said anything about it. And I don't think Chappelle said if it was him or not, but I remember he kind of didn't really. They asked him about it because it was Opie and Anthony show, and that's where Patrice used to be on a lot. And he came on. I think he was talking about Patrice, and like I said, they had asked him about that shit, Opie and Anthony, and I think that's where I kind of found out about Jim Norton. Do I like female comedians? I want to say I do. Arian, already unbeaten. Appreciate you calling in, man. I want to say I do, but I'm gonna be honest. Like I say, the majority of female comedians, the jokes is all about fucking and periods and shit like that. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's really all they got. All of it is trying to, and I'm not knocking, you have sex appeal, it gets attention. I remember Amy Schumer said the funniest thing she ever said was, "I'm gonna stop dressing sexy to get attention." I'm like, what? When did you ever do that? They were never sexy. That's hilarious. But yeah, man, the thing about it is just that it's like it's tough out there. You know what I mean? It's tough out there. I'm gonna be honest. Someone brought it that had a bit about having a one night stand with God. I don't even know. I have no idea. It's not. Yeah, they pushed a lot of women comedians. They had this one chick. She was like a lesbian comedian, but she was but she was like on a little deal with a couple of different stand-ups. And like I say, try to be honest and just like have a real deal, unbiased. But she was just not fucking fun. How did you get on Netflix? Like, you're not funny. Like her fucking wrap up, she was basically talking about touching a dick and fucking Cheryl. That's what I was trying to think of her motherfucker. I couldn't think of her name for fucking shit. That's what I was trying to think about. Cheryl Underwood. I used to like some more old school. Some more might have got that business. I'm trying to think about who else though. No black Republican comedians. You might have a point there. You might have a point there. I got to think about that. Yeah, because I mean, basically, yeah. But that, I mean, actually, that's low key a thing. Like I said, I got a homeboy. He was telling me about, he's in Hollywood trying to do his thing, and he's doing pretty good for himself. But we were talking about some shit, and I think I said something. I think I dropped the old F-bomb. And he's like, whoa. He's like, man, And I don't care about it. But just remember, when you come out here, you can't say that around these people because they will cancel you. I was like, wow, is it that serious? Like, yeah, man, he was just kind of telling me about, how that whole shit goes. I'm like, wow, that's terrible, man. That's terrible that you can't fucking speak your goddamn mind. I'm about to burn this shit. The fuck was going on there? That shit damn near lit up like a fucking dope fiend lighter. You just saying that shit is for real out there. I'm like, God damn, that shit is whack as fuck, dog. Like, but then I say, that's after you kind of be talking about, that's when I really started noticing. Like I was talking about, you realize like a lot of these motherfuckers, again, Family Guy ain't the first one, but a lot of these people that you can't use the F word. You can't say that. Like, man, you can say whatever the fuck you want, dog. Why can't you say how the fuck you feel? Again, y'all know what I want to talk about? This has nothing to do with comedy, but I guess I guess it kind of does. What's up with y'all's boy Terry Crews, man? What's up with y'all's boy Terry Crews and his bullshit? Why is this nigga trying to blame? Like, that dude is super save him. Fucking, that man, Terry Crews is pure pussy, dog. That motherfucker there is, oh my God. You want to talk about motherfuckers be swole for nothing? Dog, if that nigga wasn't swole, dog, that dude would be, he'd be taking the biggest L, dog. Like, he'd be taking the biggest fucking, he'd be the biggest loser, dog. And I ain't even talking about no weight. That dude is a super simp. Why aren't the black men getting behind me in this situation? Nigga, the black men ain't getting behind nobody for none of that bullshit. Niggas ain't with the Me Too movement. What the fuck you think they gonna be with you two? Like, nigga, you let the little white dude grope you in front of your wife. Niggas ain't getting behind you on that shit. Like, I understand you trying to have a fucking career and all that other shit, but man, fuck that. That's you want to be in that world. That's you embracing that shit because you ain't the first and you ain't the last, and it had to be something about you that made a motherfucker feel like that shit was kosher. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so now this man is on this whole toxic masculinity kick. Like, bitch, you made a whole fucking career of trying to be, for y'all see that, the fucking, in like a pink suit or some shit, man. You made your whole career off toxic masculinity because you played this role because you were so swole that you looked like you was this over masculine motherfucker. And then every time you would be some old super soft ass nigga. Like, that's how it all, every fucking single role that you like. So you made a career off of quote unquote toxic masculinity. Like, the show I used to like was that Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What's his name? Andy Samberg? I don't know about him in stand-up, but I think he's a funny motherfucker. Like, when he used to have that Lonely Island shit, I thought Brooklyn Nine-Nine was funny. But, like, I think they moved and got picked up by another network because I hadn't watched him in a season or two either. But probably longer than that. It's probably been about 3 or 4 years. And I wanted to watch it, but I'm like, man, fucking Terry Crews. I ain't supporting no Terry Crews projects, dog. Like, fuck that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything you do, they probably like, oh, this motherfucker ain't acting. Every role this motherfucker does is that shit. When I think about artists getting mad at Trump, man, fuck them. Make your money, dog. Like, you got a limited career in this business. You know what I'm saying? Get your motherfucking money. You know what I mean? And I saw how Jay-Z tried to spin it, while I was saying that, he shouldn't be the side act. He needs to be, the main event. Travis Scott ain't that big. Okay, like, he's got a nice buzz, he's got a nice groove with the youth, but you got to think about who is watching the fucking Super Bowl. You talking about the oldest motherfuckers on the planet down to some of this younger shit. I don't even think the younger generation is watching that shit as much. Like, younger motherfuckers is getting soft. They ain't even playing football no more. So the motherfuckers who listening to fucking Travis Scott, probably it's a good chunk of them that don't even fucking listen to fucking, or don't even watch football. I'm sure there are those that are. Don't get offended. Some of y'all in here gonna be like, oh, if I fucking watch football and listen to Travis Scott, don't be that old also ass motherfucker. But a good chunk of them motherfuckers, dog, like, come on, bro. It is what it is. Again, man, my thing is get your money, dog. That's gonna introduce him to a whole different audience. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at you. That's not my bag. Like I say, I'm not into it. You know, it's cool. If you like that nigga, I'm not knocking nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you with that shit, fuck it, do that shit. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's all about the money. Like, fuck all the other shit. I say fuck the Super Bowl too, because the Texans ain't in it. I ain't watching that shit. Fuck that shit. So again, you know, I ain't knocking nobody, man. When it comes down to it, get your motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? Now, you may have to pick and choose how you fucking getting your money. Now, there's yeses and no-nos, but you know, you got an opportunity like that to put yourself. You're an artist and you trying to show your art to the world, man. You better get that shit, dog, because you're not gonna get that opportunity again. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get that fucking opportunity again. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Would I get mad if somebody told me I ain't a football fan if I don't watch Super Bowl? I wouldn't give a shit. They can say whatever they want to. Like, motherfucker can say, anytime figure skating is on, you know, another channel is a major sporting event. And they can say what they want to. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, words is words. If you really want some smoke, you really want to get me offended, be about some act, do something for real. Motherfuckers can talk in the corners of their room all goddamn day, you know. I don't give a fuck what they say. If they really like it, okay, that's cool. And honestly, you know, it's gotten to the point where I don't, dog. Like, football's gotten so fucked, dog. Like, I only care about the Texans. I don't care about none of that other shit. And that's on some real shit, because it's just like the game has gotten so solid. I can't stand. It's hard for me to watch another game that I don't have a rooting interest in, you know, because it's just some of the fuck shit that goes on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's just going to be like, look, you can feel however you want to feel. Anybody, motherfuckers feel however the fuck they want to feel about me. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because ultimately when it comes down, the only thing that matters is how I feel about myself. So motherfuckers can talk about it. They can say you this and you that. Man, you're entitled to believe whatever the fuck you want to believe. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Man, it depends. It really depends. It depends. Like, just if I know a motherfucker's just trying to start some shit, you know what I'm saying? It just depends, dog, honestly. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker just trying to get something going, I don't give them the energy, because I know that's going to piss them off more if you give them a reaction, because that's what a lot of people just want to react. Like, a lot of people really don't want no smoke. They just want a reaction to say that they did something. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't really, I really can't give that energy. You know what I'm saying? And so outside of that, man, when I was younger, shit, on some dumb shit, nigga, like, just for whatever. But now, exactly, yeah, you touch a motherfucker, it's on. Like I said, about what Malcolm X said, you know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker touch you, put him in the graveyard. You know what I mean? I don't care about none of those, man. Talk all you want to, because this is what the world is now. It's a whole bunch of talking, and when you confront somebody, bro, I was just saying, or bro, it was just, you know, it was a joke, or it was okay, well, this is a joke. You know, a fight come with that, like Pimp say. I'm not even. Pats gonna look like they make adjustment to win that bit. That's how it always fucking happen. Goddamn Patriots, dog. What Malcolm said, I gotta pull it up, but it was basically like he was saying, it was be polite, but it was like something like be polite, but then, you know, if a motherfucker touch you, basically, you know, put him in the motherfucking put him in the graveyard. Let me see. Hold on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Hello. That's the call. The call come through. Hello. Red team go. Well, maybe must not have happened. So again, you know, it's just like, well, Malcolm wasn't about no games, man. Malcolm was legit. Like, shit. Malcolm was legit, and that's what kills me when I see a motherfucker talk about Malcolm but then be on some old super liberal shit. Like, do you got something mixed up here, man? You got something. You got the situation a little confused. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening? I don't know what's going on. What's going on with the Denline? Is the Denline tripping? Let me see what's shaking. Let me see what's really crack-a-lacking. All right, hold on. We might have to do the alternative route. I don't want to do that shit. I don't know why that bitch fucking tripping. Nah, it was smooth. It was smooth as butter earlier. Now I just want to fuck up. Let me see. Hey yo. Yeah, that's the right number. All right. So see, whoever was calling in, you can make an attempt to try again. If it don't work, then I'll have to switch it up. But again, man, like I say, it's a wild situation. It's a real wild situation. Pistachio flavored Oreos. Oh shit. I don't know nothing about that. He said Quandale X is a clown. Oh, man, yeah, he's selling a whole bunch of BS. That boy taxing that ass for him to come out and be a part of your program. I forgot what they said that nigga's charging. Like I say, man, I don't respect no fucking poverty pimps, dog. That's why I don't care for Al or Jesse. Fucking Quandale can go in that box too. I talk about I stopped fucking with Tariq Nasheed. He's selling motherfuckers all this hidden color shit. But then who filmed that shit? Who recorded that shit? You go look at them names on them credits, man. You got a whole crew that don't look like you. So again, it is what it is. Like don't try to do one thing and then do another. You say one thing and then do another. Have I ever seen him in a hat? I got a big ass head, but I ain't never seen Quandale X. That's what need to be asked. Quandale X in a motherfucking hat. Man, again. MKL. Man, but Kevin Gates been strange, man. I saw a weird video, and it was showing celebrities. Again, and I dibble and dabble into some of the conspiracy theories on occasion. But this one was kind of weird. It was talking about like celebrities like pausing, just like zoning out in just different situations. And it was a couple of real weird ones, man. It was a couple of real weird ones. Like motherfucker just be in the middle of talking and then just like snap out of it and be, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, what is really happening? Because it made me think, they showed, what's the name? Like, you think about that one with, what's that old Billy Goat gruff looking motherfucker? What's that fucking Draymond goofy ass? Yeah, there you go, right there. Draymond. And the motherfucker just like zonked out. When he was sitting there, that nigga like somebody had pushed the reset button on his motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you just kind of wonder, like, what the fuck, man? That's why I say, ultimately, the game is to stay forever independent. And have y'all been seeing what's been going on with a lot of these media companies and shit like that lately? Like, I don't know if y'all follow some of the shit on YouTube. I want to say like BuzzFeed and one of them other ones. I think Vox had some layoffs and shit too. And then I was reading this guy. He was in there. He's been in journalism for a long time, and he was just basically, talking about some shit, and it just really had me thinking about, how to handle, the sauce going forward, and how to handle the, the den and stuff. And he was just talking about how people make money off of the newspaper, how these big companies come in, because they were talking about how investing in newspapers was so fucking profitable for so long, where motherfuckers would be getting, single digit returns in some places. Like there was for a long time, up until about the mid 2000s, really, maybe a little bit before that motherfuckers was making 30-40% returns on fucking newspaper, invest with these groups, this big groups would come in, they'd buy up these newspapers, start consolidating shit and cut motherfuckers off, laying off, and they would do that so they could continue to get these great returns. And so he was just talking about how a lot of these models are changing, how a lot of small papers are getting killed off, and it's just a lot of shit going on. And, you know, people are going to be less and less informed because of the lack of support and all of the shit. And it's not that. It's just that, you know, a lot of outlets ain't giving you no fucking good news. But, you know, and then some of these companies that aren't brick and mortar, they're more digital news only. You know, they're losing in certain aspects and shit like that. But that's what I say. When motherfuckers ever ask me that question, they were like, man, would you ever work for this person to do for this, that? I'm like, hell no, man. Fuck no. It's so many reasons why I couldn't. Like, I'm going to live and die by my sword. You know, the work that I put in is what I want to benefit off of. I don't want to go work for, say, a local radio station and say, oh, well, all these people start finding out about me then and fucking with me because I work for that station or whatever. No, because then, too, I got to put on a certain image for that fucking station and shit like that. And that's not me. And then 3, I want to be in control of my destiny. You know what I mean? If that fucking radio station sells to somebody else or does something else, you know, or they just don't like something, or I say this one thing that offends somebody, then, man, out the door you go. And so it is what it is. And that's not my bag. So like I say, you know, support your sauce, support your den. And the Illuminati, yeah, I believe in the Illuminati, but not in the same way a lot of people take it. Like, I don't believe rappers in the fucking Illuminati. I'm sure they've seen a lot of sketchy shit, but they're not members of the Illuminati. You know, I'm sure they've been put in some interesting situations and things like that. I don't think they're like, a lot of these motherfuckers are too stupid to be. They can't fucking be quiet about a lot of shit. You think they're not gonna fucking talk like if they were in some of these secret societies? I think that I couldn't do it. I don't think I could, because I think that if I was to do something like that, I think I'd lose. Well, shit, when the Texan season is over, I'll lose a big chunk of the base. But that's why, like I said, I'm gonna start giving the den the love it needs. But yeah, I agree. Pawns, you know what I'm saying? Every person can't have $50 without selling their soul. Shit, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think it depends on what fucking industry you get into. And again, it's when you go and try to get on because people sign deals and do all this other shit, all that other stuff. I'd be on the air about as long as old buddy who was that Astros commentator, the black dude, talking about, oh, that's worse than slavery. I'm gonna say some shit like that the first day I'm on there, but it's not gonna be some, oh, it's worse than slavery shit. It's gonna be some shit, or I'm gonna not know how to. I mean, I can cut it off when necessary. I mean, I don't always have to be cussing and shit, but somebody gonna call and somebody gonna do something, or somebody will be in the studio and say some old goofy ass shit. And I'm like, man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? And then it's game over. Well, it was nice having you here, Honcho. Sorry you couldn't stay, but but then there's gonna be some people here that they're gonna be like, man, I fuck with that nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I look at some of these characters at some of these radio stations, man. That's not my bag, though. I already know it would be some immediate disagreements in some situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, look, or in between conversation, we off the air. I'm like, man, you ever say some shit like that again, and I'll beat the fuck out of you live on this motherfucking radio. You know, you better check yourself right fucking now, because I ain't finna fucking play with you. And then bow. Eric come back, go, hey, what's the motherfucking deal? It's going down. It's your boy Head Honcho. Blah, blah, blah. Start talking all crazy. Motherfucking co-host over here looking like not saying shit. You know, start calling me unbearable. No, not live during that commercial break. Get up on my say, you bitch ass nigga, you ever do some shit like that again, nigga? I'm gonna beat the brakes off your whole ass. Live on the motherfucking radio. You just ain't what you want, nigga. And then you motherfuckers gonna be talking about Honcho a fucking bully. He's a bad guy. You know. But that's not the case. I'm a very nice, genuine individual. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no problems, dog. I'm just trying to live my best life. As long as you ain't trying to fucking, falsify my character, as long as you ain't trying to fucking undermine me, dog, I ain't gonna have no problems. Other than that, do whatever the fuck you do. You know what I mean? What I call into the Stephen A. show. I'm not, again, like I said, I'm just not big on doing certain shit. I'm not big. I'm big on building. Even if it's the fucking hard way. The harder way. Gotta build it the harder way. Because ultimately that's my goal, is to build something. And to enjoy the effort and work that it takes to build something credible. You know what I mean? To build something viable. And so again, it's not about me. It's about something that the people can enjoy. I want to do something different. And I talk about the end game and shit like that. And as badly as I would love to rush it to get there, because like I say, man, you'd be surprised. There's been some motherfuckers that reached out and say, hey man, all right, I gave you power off. There's been people who've reached out and said, hey man, look, we got a space you can use. Been multiple, actually, more than one. Hey man, it's a space you can use. You can come through here. You could, bring the round table. You could do this and you could do all that shit. Sam Simon, not familiar with him. Name sounds familiar when you say The Simpsons. But it's been, man, you'd be surprised people that have reached out, and it's like, man, I appreciate it. Sounds like a good idea. Spent $150,000 to make himself famous. Well, he didn't have an Instagram. But to me, it's not even about the fame, though. Like I don't want the fame. I want, what do I want? How do I put this? Like, it's not about me. It's not about Honcho wants to be famous. I want Sauce Sports to be an appreciated platform. I want the Den to be an appreciated platform. But it's not about me. Like I said, I want it to be a place, like I say, when people call in, you just as much of this as I am. Because that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? 10,000 views. If that was the case, I'd have to do how the Texans are going to go undefeated videos every month. How the Rockets are going to go undefeated. And surprisingly, that Zochi video was one of the most popular views. But again, like I said, I know if I change some things up, more views, things that come with that. But it's like, again, I want genuine growth. It's not about going viral. It's not about that. I want people who fuck with it because they fuck with the culture. Not the culture, but the culture that, those things create. And because when I constantly talk about the end game, I think if I deviated from the plans that I have, that the end game doesn't occur. Yeah, it's definitely about creating and pushing a brand. It's about the end game, though. The sauce, it's going to be steps to it. It's steps to get to where I want Sauce Sports to get. The next move, honestly, and where I've been debating the last few days, is considering an investment I need to make into it, but I don't know if I want to make this investment and it'll go because I know I'll make it shake. But it is like I say, it's an investment in not just money but time. But there are a lot of different things that I want to do with the sauce, and I have a strategy for implementing it. Like I say, I've changed the game and how I approach shit behind the scenes. That's why these last couple of days I've been kind of off and on with the sauce in the Den, is because, like I said, I've just really been putting in some work the last few days to make some shit happen. Draft talk. A studio eventually. I've talked about the studio. That's the next step, but actually there's a step before that I think is because I think certain things would help accelerate certain shit. And so, there's two different types of videos I'm gonna start. Well, one I'm gonna start doing soon, and then the second is where I talk about requiring the investment in more time and energy, and probably upgrading some equipment and things. And I think I could apply this not only to the sauce but the den for the other thing that I want to do. And I think that would generate a shit ton more views. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's the interesting thing, that Barstool. I need to go look at the Barstool story. Like, I'm not even familiar with the dudes behind it. I know they talk all kind of crazy shit, but again, like I say, it's there's a few things. Like I say, it's just levels to it, man. And it's right now, like I say, there's a series of steps, and I have to climb these steps individually and get them there, you know. I do news stories. And I thought about that too. And that's something I've definitely said I was going to implement. But it's a couple of things I want to do with the den though. But like I say, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. But like I say, so there'll be some changes coming soon. But like I say, like right now, I have a whiteboard full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And just like I say, this last week, like I said, I've just implemented a new strategy and how I approach it. And I've just been locking in. So bam, I knock something off. And then each day, like I say, so it's I probably got, let's see. Right now I got about 12 things on there. And so this is kind of my strategy. I have different colors. You know what I'm saying? I have different colors that I use. And so whatever day it is assigned a color. So if I write a bunch of shit down that I have to complete, like this is my to-do list. And so then as I knock the shit out, I wipe it off the board, wipe it off the board, wipe it off the board. And then, so if something carries over to the next day, but then I come up with more shit that I got to do, I write the next day in a different color. So that way I start seeing, okay, that's the shit I need to knock out next because, you know, this was done a couple of days ago or whatever. So if shit carries over, like I said, I'm going to have 4 or 5 different colors on the board. And so that's how I start approaching shit, you know, what needs to get done or if something's put on hold or whatever else it is. And I think that has started to change the way that I approach shit. And again, it's helped me with my focus a lot. And that's a thing, you know, I talk about trying to do too much in too many different spots. So I've gotten much better over the last week and a half about pure focus. You know what I'm saying? Like pure focus. You say, did I take a bank loan for this? No. Hey, I got this idea. Saw Sports. Me talking about, please get out, sir. Security. I think he's trying to rob us politely. I'm waiting for him to pull out a note and say, give us the money. Just get him out of here. The drop in views just makes me think. Like I say, you know, it's not about the number, man. A number will never validate me. You know, views, likes, dislikes. I tweeted something like this the other day. You know, and all that shit. And it just doesn't. The money in the bank, the fucking, like I say, just none of that shit validates. It's me and feeling how I feel about myself. And that's what, you know, because again, like I say, if I came across, you know, I want to say it was Ernest or somebody called a while back and was talking about authenticity. And so I don't want to do a bunch of shit that's inauthentic to me. And And again, you can call that pride, you call it whatever. But I think if I start straying away and doing other shit, then I lose the originals. I don't want to ever be on them shit. Oh, that nigga Honcho done changed up. He done, he done switched up. He done doing this or doing that. And that's my thing. But I think that I have different levels of purity. That pure cocaína. And so that's why I say I just have to become more creative in what I do. I have to become more creative in my branding to show more versatility. And it just makes me have to hustle harder. Like, it just has to make me develop a better strategy. And so that's just how I look at it. Like, still being true to what I am and who I am, but then figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Bank loans, yeah, absolutely. But again, like I say, because I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, if I did this, this, and this, and invested a bunch of money into something, then, and it didn't pan out, I'd be mad because there would be always other things that I could do. It again, invest in yourself, you see the best of yourself, and I believe in me. I believe in me, but it's just like, it just is what it is. I'd rather fucking take a loan from a fucking loan shark than a goddamn bank. Because they gonna want to know some shit. Look, I just want my money back and my proper interest. All that other shit, don't give a fuck about it. Oh no. But again, like I say, I got a bunch of. It's like I say, man. It's just so many plans. It just takes steps. And again, like I say, I have to build and grow. And I think, like I say, some of the new shit that I intend to do soon is going to be interesting. I think it'll be very interesting. But I think I'll talk more about it. Coming in the next week or so. Once I finish what I'm working on, like I said, once I knock off the rest of this stuff on this board, then it'll be more comfortable to talk about it. See, the way my credit works is, like, with a nice chunk of change, it ain't nothing to make more money. It's not even a thing. But like I say, with me, everything I do is a hustle because of background issues. And so banks gonna look at that and they're gonna be like, yeah, so you were, okay, yeah, rejected. So that shit gonna sound like NBA Jam. Rejected. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be bad business. So again, loan, probably not gonna happen for me. You know what I mean? Well, and I got matter of fact, I'm glad you said that, because I think I got a small window to change my tax status, because I can't remember which one it is, and I got to do some more research on that from a C Corp and an S Corp. So I got to look at that. But I am bad, man. I'm bad. I'm bad. Let me, and I just want to explain, like, I got to check on my desk. And because and this is like, maybe this is my problem. Maybe I got to start getting greedy again. Like, maybe I need to start getting greedy. I got to check on my desk. Somebody sent me, some money just to support the sauce. And I can't cash it because of the name that's on it is not the same as my corporation or my LLC. And so, I chopped up and they was like, well, hey, you want me to send another check or, whatever? I'm like, you do what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you, yeah, just give me your money. I feel greasy doing that shit. I always feel like I have to exchange a service for an exchange of money. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, it's just like, if you want to, do what you do. If you don't, once I get some other stuff going, support, buy sauce merch or whatever else it may be, and go like that. But for now, I use the check as motivation. You know what I'm saying? And I use the check as saying, okay, if this person believes in me enough to send me this, you know, unsolicited, then once I get better, once I do more, then, you know, other people will have that same faith, that same belief in what I do. And so that's just kind of how I look at it. You know, like everything is on me. You know what I mean? It's like, because I see other YouTubers and I see somebody I used to watch a lot. It makes me, I think about that motherfucker. What's his name? Tommy Sotomayor. And this motherfucker was saying that, yeah, I'm not on this channel, but on Soft Sports I am. I used to watch some of his shit, and I'd see motherfuckers just, this dude would make a killing, but you know, all he does is bash black women and all that other shit. And make a killing. He had the fucking movie, and this is true. Definitely, you're absolutely right, Heidi. There is always, time is of the essence, and that's why the time is right for me to start making some necessary changes. Because like it's gonna go on 2 years of doing this, and to be honest, if I don't start shaking with some growth and some things that I want to start seeing, you know, really this year, then I might have to really analyze how I'm approaching this shit. Overall, if I need to, cause I dedicate a lot of time to shit, even when I'm not streaming, you know, shit, 6 o'clock, basically my family time is cut off. You know, hey, I got to make sure, you know, I'm getting shit ready for the sauce, 7 o'clock to however long the sauce goes. You know what I'm saying? By the time I get off, you know, the sauce, no matter what time I usually get off, you know, little one's in bed, you know, the old lady, she winding down, you know what I mean? And then I'm doing whatever I'm doing to you know, to continue. I work, man. Sometimes I stay up late, man. I'll be putting in some late ass nights. Couple of nights last week, I did not sleep at all. Like, come up out the fucking Soft Sports studio fucking 5 a.m, like no bullshit, because I got shit on my mind and that I gotta have it. But for me to get it, I gotta get on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm on my B.O.B. shit. You know, and so it is what it is, man. It fucking is what it is. And no, not too much. Again, like I say, it's not always. That's why I say, you know, from time and time again, you know, we you know, look, the lady got needs too, you know. So Honcho got to handle his business. And that's why sometimes, you know, hey, shit, make it shake. And it kind of is what it is. Yeah, no risk, no reward. No risk, no reward. And that's why I say it's about that time. It's about that time to really go all in. And Scotty is collateral. I give Scotty away for free. Fuck Scotty. Scotty been trying to get fancy. You know, acting like he don't want to eat his dog food. I've been chopping it up, you know, been mixing it up because he usually eats a little dry shit. So I, you know, went and got him some little, some other shit, been mixing him up, hooking him up, some little fancy shit. And this nigga, we had got some barbecue after the fucking game today. And this motherfucker was not fucking with the food. This nigga like, nah, nigga, I want what y'all got, nigga. What's up with it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is true. This is true. This is true. You know, this is true. Put Scotty on a raw meat diet. Scotty will look at that shit and be like, hell nah. Scotty want to know what I want what y'all got. You know what I'm saying? I want what y'all eating on. You know what I'm talking about? But like I say, yeah. No. Because we've exhausted the topic. We're just talking about the future of the den. But again, like I say, it's just on me, man. Ultimately, like I say, it comes down to me, and I don't know. Every man got too many hoes. He ain't gonna want to be an assistant. Every man got all the bitches. You know what I'm saying? He say put his food in the microwave for 2 seconds so he thinks it's you. No shit. That shit might work, because anytime he fucking do go to the microwave or to the stove, Scotty ass comes sniffing all around the kitchen and shit, thinking he finna find some crumbs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he finna come up. This motherfucker be dancing for food and shit. So that might not be a bad idea. But you assisted what? That's a bet. That's a bet. We go back and shake. Like I say, it's just steps up, and it's time for those steps to really start shaking. Like I say, it's a different mental approach that I've been taking. Like I say, the last couple of weeks, and just it's different. It's different. It's a different vibe that I've been feeling the last few weeks. So we gonna make it shake. Hard, what's the motherfucking deal? Like a gun in my head. Then I start doing the Matrix. I fall. I'm fucking fall. Start leaning back. Fall. My back. I can't move. The sauce has. I'm recalibrating the recipe. We'll have some sauce tomorrow. We'll sauce it up tomorrow. Fall flat for real, but don't get back up. That's that. Oh, you talking about fucking Kenneth? Yeah, Kenneth. I don't know what Kenneth up to. Ain't no telling. Kenneth say he been on his hustle, man. He been on his grind at school, so I commend that. I commend anybody on their hustle. You know, I want everybody to win. Just not beat me. Nah. But again, like I say, it's gonna be a bunch of things happening. You know, and I gotta finish. I gotta do my job. And if I do my job appropriately, everything else will happen. But yeah, we're gonna talk some Pro Bowl action. All right, get your run on. Send him to bugbear with no dinner. Kenneth gonna eat. Kenneth, old chunky soup ass nigga. But yeah, man, like I say, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And again, like I say, the future of the sauce, future of the den, I want to see a lot of things happen. I'm going to see a lot of things happen. And I know somebody asked about the video, and I didn't see his gram or nothing like that. You know, I really don't. Honestly, the only time I'm fucking really on the gram is if I'm posting something sauce related or fucking den related. How they gonna be out there? Pants per mile. With the PPM. I don't know. Somebody sent me a picture. Fucking Dominic sent me a picture of something. I don't know. It was him in the bed laying on top of some dude, but it was the weird way. Again, it is what it is. I think Dominic wants him to be sus so he can feel better about himself. So, you know, there's that. Oh, yeah, man, that shit was thrown, man. Like I say, that shit was. I can only imagine how much time it took to draw that fucking shit. I can only imagine how much time. Yeah, Dominic being suspect. I'm worried about Dominic. But nigga tell you, man, I could have had a hose if I want to. I just really don't want to. You know, it is what it is, but whatever you say, but you know, you do what you do. No, you think about Roman. It's your boy Roman. Roman, man, y'all ain't people. Roman the coolest nigga on the line, man. Roman got an intro. Let me see. Roman got an intro. Josh got an intro. Who else? I'm trying to think. Jay Dizzle got the professor. That's what we're gonna have to get. Like, we're gonna have to. That's gonna be in the sauce merch. This your boy Roman shirts. I'm gonna send him a cut. Ernest, yeah. Like I say, it's certain folks like, you know, when they this Kenneth. it's motherfucking me. There's certain folks, you know, by the way the phone gets answered immediately before they even say their name. You already can tell who the fuck it is. That shit there is funny, man. That shit there is fucking funny as shit. Another really popular line that I think a lot of people use between the sauce and the fucking den. At the end of the day, I've noticed a lot of people use that line between both channels. I think that's pretty funny. I wonder if I say that. Do I say at the end of the day? I don't know if I use that. Man. So like I said, it's a lot of funny shit. Like I said, we gonna start branding all that shit. But again, you know, it is what it is. Like I say, everything will come in due time, but due time is damn near now. So how you doing, big guys? Rapperoni with cheese. Yeah, he got me saying that shit with the ghost pepper on top. No, but I will, because like I said, I was talking about earlier, you know, when we was talking about the radio and how the morning is the most popular time. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the most popular time being in the morning. So yeah, we're gonna get the morning action going. And it's just like I say, it's on me. B.O.B. That's all I'm gonna start saying. B.O.B. man, it's on me. I gotta stream better. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta stream better. You know, I gotta go back. I gotta look at the stream. You know, realize where mistakes were made, and you know where I can stream better. That's motherfucking me. That's what it is. Yeah, I respect Mr. Mediocre Grind. He on his hustle, man, and that's why I say I like that. I like to see everybody grinding. Like that's more motivation. You know what I'm saying? Sticky on his grind, Spits on his grind, Wink on his grind. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you know, trying to get it. And again, so you know, it is what it is. And J&J Sportscast on the grind. Like I say, you know, Tenny on his grind again. And my thing is, I love that, man. I love it. I love seeing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. You say change the time for the sauce. You got more family time, but a break in between. Told wife and said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. That's hilarious. It makes me think of that fucking that Dave Chappelle joke where he's like, zip it up and zip it out. And he's like, yeah, zippity doo dah. Yes, look, it's just me and Scotty. And we stay in the garage. Man. Again. So, you know, it is what it is. No, because I ain't finna internetize my family. You know, people on the internet be trying to be all in your Kool-Aid, man. People get weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers be trying to get all in the shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be trying to get all, she knows. That's what's up. Man, yeah. Whoop this and whoop that. I'm like, I'm trying to avoid saying the shit. I don't even want to start saying that shit. That shit is contagious. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And again, that's my daughter now. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's like I'm a dad now. And to be honest, like I say, you know, it sounds strange, but it has really made me look at stuff different. I mean, of course, you know, my thing was to be a father figure. You know, to be, you know, something that could be solid, a pillar, you know, and to know that how she looks at me like that now, I mean, like I say, it just really changed my favorite. Just again, like I say, it makes me want to it makes me want to grind harder. Like it really does. And it's crazy because, you know, something like that is, like say, something I never expected, but it is it's dope. You know, it's dope, man. It really is. You know, 'cause trust me, I ain't trying to have no little honchos. I got a deal. You know what I'm saying? I got to get through the baby years. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. Before I was a person that connected well with kids. Kinda. And I wonder if that's because I was just big. You know what I'm saying? Kids like big people for some reason. You know what I mean? I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I hear that you live harder when you got something worth dying for. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. I think, you know, it's like when you hear that, it's like somebody telling you, you know, they look up to you, and it's someone you love and you care about, and it just, man, it really did alter the way I've looked at some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. Now that was actually funny. That was actually pretty fucking funny. Like I say, man, so it really is, and that's why I say, you know, kind of been saying some of the things I've been saying about the den and the motherfucking and the sauce, man, because like I say, want to be inspiration and know that, you know, she follows her dreams and you know, has a plan in life, that shit, you know, that she can do it. So that's why I'm kind of against the grain. You know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of trying to figure some shit out. But then once this shit start cracking, shit, free labor. What? It ain't child labor if it's y'all. Free motherfucking labor. What? I don't need no assistant. I got an assistant, goddamn. She gonna be over there and learn how to operate all kind of buttons and shit. Look, first we gonna learn to type, and then we gonna fucking learn how to operate these social medias. You know what I'm saying? Shit. It's gonna be what it is. But you know, it's fucking funny. Let me see. You say you saying stuff funnier than that. I don't know. Maybe around y'all. I think that was pretty fucking funny. So again, like I say, it is fucking hilarious. How many words can I type a minute? Shit, like 3 words a minute. And that's and, the, and, or. So that's all I got. So, you know. But my friends in the den, it's about that time. I got some work to put in. I got again, like I say, for these things to happen. Because I know we was talking about time management. I'm gonna get back on my shit really start this week. That's why this weekend. That's why some of the days were kind of taken off yesterday to get everything in order, because you know it's time for a different flavor. Not necessarily a different flavor, but better, more consistency. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Scotty is free. Scotty is a fucking renegade. He's the nicest renegade dog you've ever seen. But I appreciate y'all. Yes, I need to meet Greek nigga might be serial killer. Man, look, I don't know. I don't know about the Hardens and the Jaybirds. Niggas with long names like that, can't trust them. You know, they trying to distract you from something else. That's why they got them long ass names and shit. But like I say, with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. My friends in the den. Well, now that T. Charlton said it, I'm not even gonna say it now. I'm just fine. But no, I do appreciate y'all, man. Like I say, just chopping up the conversation and everything. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and you know, that's all the fuck I got, babe. Y'all be cool, like y'all be cool. I don't care if T. Charlton said it, goddamn, but I'm saying it. I appreciate y'all. Look, y'all ain't got to go home. It's fucking late, man. What time is fucking 12? Y'all guys need to be home. Shit, half y'all motherfuckers young anyway. Hey, shit, ain't shit happening after midnight, but drug deals and booty calls. So y'all been on the side on the den too long to make a booty call. So it is what it is. But I'm out. I fucks with y'all, babe. I'm out.